G'day guys, welcome back to NQIS Steve. What we've got on the table here is the Mini Pagoda antenna. This one happens to be red from Realacc. So they're 65mm long and they are, from what I can tell, slightly smaller in diameter than the larger versions. Now let's measure the diameter while we're here. We might as well. Okay, so diameter is, make sure they were zeroed out, yep. Okay, so diameter is, with the plastic casing, 24.3. Now, I find this plastic casing interesting because I imagined that they would have a step to stop, a step within the plastic to stop them from moving around, but when I put it up to the bright sunlight, there are no steps, and there appears to be some sort of glue that they have dabbed into the mold as they've pushed it up the coax before they've put the end on. Now, I can't tell whether they are parallel through the plastic. So only a real-world test, we'll get them out and have a fly with them, of course, is going to tell us if they're any good. But we just don't know whether, while they were having the shell put onto them, whether they've kept them parallel or not in there. And you're never going to know, and you may think this is a crap antenna because it's not parallel. So I really don't know what to think so far, but we'll give them a test. As you can see, I have two of them. I've bought one to go onto the Fat Sharks, onto the goggle, and I've bought one to go on the aircraft, onto the quad. So we'll have a look. We'll give these a test. I haven't seen anybody test the mini ones yet on YouTube, so let's get to it, hey? Okay, I'm out at the local park where I usually fly. This is where I play around and learn how to do acro. So I usually stand here in this section. As you can see, there's a steel building. There's a few alleys of trees, which is what I fly up and down in between sometimes. And I go out into the open paddock on this side and over onto the cricket field / football field on that side. So there's a couple of trees here, a couple of buildings, pretty dense foliage when I do fly behind it. Okay, and just to show you the stuff that I'm using, here is the mini antenna, the Mini Pagoda. Okay, and I'm going to be using my Fat Shark Spyro, and I will stop diversity and just use the A channel, so we've just got this one on. Alright, so we'll give that a test and we see how we go. Stay tuned. Okay guys, well, I've tried to fly the same sort of track. I didn't fly it exactly, so they're not really apples with apples, but it's pretty damn close. One thing I do have to say is that the DVR has done justice to the Mini Pagoda and seems to have done the opposite to the four-leaf circular polarized. Now, when I was actually flying both of these, the first flight with the Mini Pagoda on the quad, it was okay out in front of me, but anything that was behind foliage or behind the buildings was pretty damn bad, and it appeared to be a lot worse than what it captured in the DVR, and vice versa when I was flying around with a circular polarized and
that is the circular polarized that was on the quad for the second flight is a Realacc 4-leaf right-hand circular polarized 5.8 antenna. It was much better to the naked eye as you're flying, or through the goggle eye I should say, as you're flying. It was basically chalk and cheese. If you had the choice, you would not be flying with the Mini Pagoda. So I have to say, now I did have another flight as well. I had a third battery flight in between these two, and I used the Mini Pagoda, the second one that I bought, on the Fat Sharks, and it was that bad that I basically flew for half a battery, landed and went, nah, no way, that's crap. Behind the trees, it basically snowed out completely when you had a Mini Pagoda on both the Fat Sharks and the quad. It was really, really bad. So I didn't even bother showing you that, just, it's bad. So my conclusion is that for the money, they're only about $10 each, or $7.50, in between $7.50 and $10, wherever you're buying them from. They're not as good as the circular polarized leaf antennas for the same sort of money. So in my opinion, it's a dud. The Realacc Mini Pagoda is a dud, and I won't be using them, and there is no way I would put one of them onto the goggles and use it, because it was an absolute terrible reception when you were using one on the aircraft and one on your goggles. Maybe the other way around, I didn't get that far, but I've got to say, no, not worth the money. Don't bother buying them. I'm afraid they're a little bit of a dud, the minis. I don't own any of the larger ones. I will buy some of the larger ones, and I'll give the larger ones a go. I think I won't buy Realacc though. I think I'll give another company a go and try them out. But at the moment, I'm going to stick to my circular polarized 4-leaf antennas. They seem to be doing the best at the moment. One day I might splash out and actually buy some TBS Triumphs or something that's all the pro guys fly with. Alright guys, well, thanks once again for watching. If you like the video, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, share, all that sort of thing, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay, see ya.